Hey y'all. It's a long time no see. Sorry about that. Things have been crazy and hectic around the Hoppy Sabbath homestead. We got a puppy. We got a little Australian Shepherd. His name is Texas Ranger. He gets very excited about his girls. We only go in there a few minutes a day to get him used to it, but he does real well. He tries to play with them. They don't appreciate that, so they attack him. But I thought I'd give you a little tour of the garden and see how it's going, because it's pretty abundant right now. We haven't had a lot of harvest yet, but I just actually harvested all my peas and pulled them down, and I got 2 quart-sized bags full of peas. And I gave the vines to the chickens. But I'll turn you around so you can see what's going on, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. You gotta stop, bro. Tex. He's like 10 weeks old, so he doesn't listen. Anyway. These, I think, are cucumbers right here. I'm not totally sure. There's some beans put in there, and then there's a squash under there somewhere. That's a kind of a tomato that just was on its last leg and it needed to be buried right away. All of these little tiny squash in here are all volunteers, and then that's a volunteer sunflower. So this is kind of a volunteer bed. My begonias are finally blooming. They were pretty sad for a little while. He's over there eating mulch. He's funny. Alright, and then these are the tomatoes. The tomatoes are looking really well, and they're climbing up the trellis pretty nicely. Let's see. Sorry it's so zoomed in. My camera only zooms in. Alright, here are the tomatoes. We've got little clusters like that everywhere. It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure this is a Roma because of the shape of that little tomato. I don't know if you can see that. See how tiny it is? See, I think that's a little Roma. I'm not totally sure. I don't have any cherries that are that shaped. That's my African dwarf. Oh my gosh, my brain. I can't think of the word right now. But that's what they're... Oh, marigold. I knew it had gold in it. But, yep, and then we have tomatoes all down this row right here, with marigolds on the side. Tex, stay out of the garden. Tex! Get out of the garden. Now! Thank you. And then these are squash of different varieties. I don't know what they are. One of them is a zucchini, because you got a little tiny zucchini there. And my eggplant is huge. It's had a ton of flowers, and the flowers came off, but I'm not seeing any eggplants just yet. More squash, or cucumber. I don't know what they are, or pumpkins. We shall see. And then that's my broccoli and my cabbage, the cabbage and the kale. The chickens want a snack. And then there's more stuff. There's my beefsteak. I know what this one is because it was an extra one as well. So I pulled out the kale that was over here. There's a little marigold. A couple broccolis. That was a volunteer. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's a pumpkin, but we shall see. And then all of my beans are doing real well. This is where the peas used to be. So those are doing well. And my potatoes, they're just finishing flowering. Zinnias, sunflowers. These sunflowers are impressive, but they have not bloomed yet. There's a jelly melon. I got that from M.I. Gardner. That one is doing very well. And there's another jelly melon. More sunflowers. artichoke, some odds and ends, purple, what is it called? Purple basil. I just woke up, guys. Then Swiss chard, sunflower, a little habaneros. Hey, get out of the garden. Hey, what are you doing? You can't be in the garden, bud. I love you, but you can't be in the garden. There's a habanero. I don't know what kind of pepper that is. Well, you gotta stop, bro. And this is my husband's tobacco. This bed is looking really lush. Yeah, so that's the tobacco. Some squash in the middle. Some kale, broccoli. My tomatilla is finally blooming. And I don't know if you guys do cover crop, but wheatgrass is actually wheatgrass. Hey, get out of the garden, you little punk. Try to eat my asparagus. I'm not even allowed to touch it for another year. And my zinnias are blooming. They're so pretty. Look at the state of this chard. It is huge. Never grown chard before. My tomatillos are blooming. My peppers are putting off little buds. Here's another little volunteer. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. It's pretty abundant. My plan over the winter is to make this trellis into a greenhouse so I can grow during the winter. I just think that that would be a very happy thing. So something is eating my chamomile flowers. How pretty that one is. This is supposed to be German chamomile. I didn't know that chamomile looked like that, but it's pretty. And this sunflower is almost as big as this apple tree. It's still not blooming. It's not even close. Not even close. Hey, girls. And where's little man? Tex! Tex! Oh. He's over here fighting with the chickens. Oh, there he is. Uh-oh. The birds are fighting him. What are you doing, bird dog? Are you the chicken guard? Huh? You're so handsome. They try to attack him. It's pretty funny. See, when he's out of this fence, he is whining trying to get in to his girls. But when he is in here, he just wants to get out. What are you doing? We just came home from the park too, so he's kind of tired. Yeah, I know, big boy. Come on, Bubba. You like being in the garden? Me too, buddy. Me too. It's so inspiring. I'm very excited about that little squash right there. How beautiful everything is. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the African marigold. It kind of looks messy. It's like a curly one. I was hoping hey, get out of the garden. Thank you. Walking in my garden. But it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's very beautiful. It's just not my favorite. I was hoping it'd be multicolored. But we got all kinds of tomatoes coming along now. So I have a few minutes before I have to head back to work from lunch. And I'm just sitting in the rabbit pen. This is a canvas paint tarp from her business that has been donated to the rabbits. And it's actually pretty nice and cool under here. Not a bad setup these rabbits have. Let's see. Let's see if you can see it. So they got their hay here, their water, a little milk crate so the babies can jump in and out. Let me flip you around so you can see the little angels. And there they are. They're 4 weeks old now. It's pretty hot, so they're just resting right now. So that's pretty cool. I just love Giddy babies. She has the best babies. So this is going to be my first meat litter. And I am doing colony style. They don't like burrows. They dig burrows sometimes, but they fall in like that one. And we tried the bucket burrow system. They didn't like that either. This one was completely buried by the rabbits. There's 9 of them. So they have this hutch. That area is closed, it's kind of just trashed. That's McLovin's. And then on the other side is Opal's. Oh, they're coming out. What a little baby. Alright, Mama, I'm going away. We have the sunflower that's finally opening up. I'm so excited about it. What about you, Mr. Tex? Tex, sit. Sit. Sit down. Good boy. 11 weeks old, y'all.